Hey YouTube, Gun God TKD here with another video, and today I'm here with my brother's Auto Ordnance 1911 A1, and I'm going to show y'all real quickly how to disassemble it and reassemble it, which it is very easy to do, and the process will be similar across any M1911 that you come across. Alright, now first thing we're going to do is make sure that the weapon is clear, which it is. Now let's move on to step number 1, which we're going to leave the hammer back because that makes step number 2 easier. Alright, now step number 1 is we're going to turn the firearm up and we're going to push in on the recoil spring plug right here, and then we're going to rotate the barrel housing out to the left, which will let that plug come right out. Now this to me is the hardest step. I guess it's just something about having fat thumbs or something like that. So if it looks like I struggle, it's just because of that. Alright, let's see. It is starting to come. There we go. I will just pull that plug out. Alright, now we'll move on to step 2, which is also very easy. We're just going to move the slide back until you see that little groove right there lines up with the slide stop. Then on the back, or on the other side of the handgun, we're going to push out the slide stop just like that, and we're going to pull it out. And now the slide will come off. Just like that, it slides off. Then you've got your recoil spring will now come on out. And to get the actual barrel out is what we're going to do is the barrel housing right up here. We're going to rotate it around to the right. And you can see a groove down in there which will let it pull right out. At least in theory it will. There we go. It comes right out. And now the barrel will slide forward out of the slide. Let's see. There we go. There's the barrel. Slide. Let me put all the parts where you can see it's not a jumbled mess. There we go. It's a real simple process. And now real quick, I'll show you how to put it back together, which putting it back together is just as easy as taking it apart. Alright, so I'll go ahead and start reassembling it here, which reassembly is just as easy as disassembly, just basically going backwards. So first off is what we're going to do is I'm going to take the slide and put the barrel back in. Let's see. Just slide it right back in. And we're going to go ahead and take the barrel housing and put it in and turn it to the left as it will be whenever we get it all back assembled to put the spring back in correctly. You'll see that here in a second. One thing to also note is you see the barrel link right here. That links with the slide stop, so you want to make sure it's forward in order to connect. Now we're going to go ahead and take the recoil spring, and you can see there's a little groove, little crescent moon right there that's going to fit right up with the barrel. You can see it slides right back and forth on that. So we're going to go ahead and put these two pretty close together. Now we're going to take the actual firearm and put the barrel back on it. Yeah, sometimes that'll kind of fall off. There we go. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to line back up this groove right there to put the slide stop back in. You can see sometimes you kind of have to jiggle the barrel or the spring a little bit to get that to line up perfectly. Let's see, that might be enough for it to go ahead and go in. It is. Now, go ahead, you can see the little spring-loaded, I don't know what you call that piece, but if you go ahead and take the slide stop, you kind of push it up a little bit, which pushes that spring in, then should push right back in. Let me get that perfectly lined up. There we go. It's back in. Sorry if you didn't see that. I looked a little bit over the camera, but we've got that back in. Now we're going to go ahead and pull the slide forward, and I'm going to put it on safe. And now we could go ahead and do the final step and take the little pin here, the plug and push it down. Now we're just going to slide the barrel housing back over that. Let's see. There we go. Now I'm going to take it off safety, make sure everything still functions. Let's see. Looks good. So as y'all can see, guys, that is pretty simple overall. Just took about 5 minutes or so. Nothing really difficult about it, just remembering the steps. I've done it a few times myself already to make sure I was familiar with the process. So there we go. Thank y'all for watching. Stay tuned for the next video.